of time today talking about how we can reduce the amount of sugar in our diets. We've also talked about the importance of hydration. So we're going to kind of combine those two things. So I have a challenge for you all. I want you to really try to drink more water. Since we've talked about how important hydration is to our bodies, I want you to challenge yourself over this next week to drink more water. Now, one great way to want to drink more water is to experiment with healthy ways to flavor it. Oftentimes we don't drink water because the flavor is too plain. But we've talked about healthy ways to sweeten our foods, and we can do the same thing when we're talking about water. So I want you to look around your house and look for items in your own kitchen or in your fridge that you might be able to add to your water that would be healthy alternatives to help it taste better and to help you drink more water in the long run. So what are some ideas for flavoring our water? Well, I bet you've seen people put lemon in their water. That's a simple one. Adding a fruit or a citrus type fruit to your water will give it flavor. Now, the longer the item soaks in the water, the more flavor is going to be in the water. So maybe making your water bottle the night before and letting that fruit soak in it overnight is going to enhance the flavor even more. But outside of fruit, we can also add things like mint. If you like the flavor of mint, you could add mint leaves to your water. So over the next couple days, the challenge in your kind of homework assignment is to try a different flavoring in your water and then pick which one is your favorite. So maybe one day put lemon or oranges or limes in your water overnight and let it soak and see if you like the flavor of that. But you can also try herbs and spices, things like cinnamon. People like the taste of cinnamon in their water. Look for ideas that maybe are different than things you've seen and try different things. Don't forget, you can always combine things. Maybe you want to add apple and cinnamon because you like those two flavors together. It's up to you. But before our next lesson, I want you to try a few of those and be ready to share when we meet for lesson 8. So that brings us to the end of this lesson. Just a couple questions before we go. What specific information do nutrition facts labels contain that help you make healthier, educated decisions about your food and drink choices? Well, we learned a lot about the nutrition facts label, and hopefully you learned something new. We learned how to read the ingredients list, serving size information, an amount per serving of macronutrients and micronutrients, and the amount of added sugar is really what the focus of this lesson was about. And which type of common foods contain the highest amount of added sugar? We spent a lot of time on looking out for those foods that maybe we didn't expect to have so much sugar. But do you remember what they were? Remember, we talked about desserts and sweets, which are pretty obvious, but even things like our cereal, our yogurt, and especially our beverages contain a lot of added sugar sometimes. So we want to keep an eye out for those. And now that we know how to read that nutrition facts label, we should be able to check that and keep an eye on that. And as always, hopefully there was a lot of information in this lesson that you are hopefully willing to share with someone else. So think about one thing maybe you learned and share it with a family member, share it with a friend, share it with your teacher. Have a great day. I will see you in lesson 8.